Thick, cloud-like smoke traces Lyons Valley and mountaintops in one of John Gibbons' first images of the Harris Fire.
It's kind of like a moth to a light. You just kind of go to where the smoke is.
For nearly 40 years, Gibbons has been a San Diego Union Tribune photojournalist. He says when the Harris Fire started, he knew it was time to get to work.
I mean, it's a huge adrenaline rush, and your adrenaline kicks in when things start happening.
The burn started in Potrero, about 5 miles north of the U.S.-Mexico border, an area in San Diego County Gibbons knows well.
We know that Santa Ana-driven fires are a part of life here in the county and in the backcountry, but to have something that big so close was just amazing.
Gibbons got to work capturing the firefight, evacuations, and humanity.
Photos they really need some kind of a human emotion or a human element in there, something that strikes a chord with people.
With press credentials, Gibbons had full access. As powerful Santa Ana winds fanned embers threatening homes and land, he set out to tell the story.
It just comes with training and instinct, and when composition and the subject matter comes together, you just do it. It's not a book-learned trade. You don't learn it by the book, you learn it in the school of the street.
It's a career he dreamt about as a Union Tribune paperboy.
I remember sitting on the floor at my mom's house in La Mesa, folding that paper every day and seeing pictures from the Vietnam War and the Olympics, and I had a budding interest in photography then, and I thought, that'd be great to be able to go take these kinds of pictures.
Pictures encapsulating moments in time.
So there's our subject to flooding sign.
Such as the days the Harris Fire fiercely charred tens of thousands of acres of San Diego County's backcountry.
The contrast between the fire and the flooding, you think, oh, could that ever happen again? And well, look at everything's green and nice again.
With extremely dry fuels, steep terrain, and what fire officials described as erratic flames, there were structures that couldn't be saved.
This guy's just looking over what was once his home, and it's gone, this family here. Some of the hardest things to see was the wildlife, like this bobcat, which is one of my favorite San Diego animals.
The speckled gray cat seems to gaze directly at Gibbons' lens.
He or she had burnt feet and was just kind of, very gingerly walking along the burned area right down here by the Barrett Dam. So it was really hard to see.
On the 5th day, Gibbons and a reporter spotted U.S. border agents standing with first responders on the side of a road.
Really quiet, kind of calm over the whole thing, but there was obviously something was really wrong.
They were staring down at the burn.
More people arrived, and as they looked around, they started seeing another body and another one and another one, and they found 4 victims.
In all, the Harris Fire claimed 8 lives, including Mexican nationals who couldn't escape a burning canyon.
They had crossed illegally into the country and just had really unfortunate timing that the fire had started and trapped them in this canyon, and they were all burned to death. It was a horrific situation, and seeing people that have died in a fire like that, it's something that it's etched in your head.
Still, there was more work to be done.
It's just giving the world to our people in an honest way. That's the goal.
A goal Gibbons ardently pursues day in and day out.
Photojournalists, we have a front row seat in the ride of life, and it's something that I wouldn't change. It's all I've ever done in my whole life. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Ebone Monet, KPBS News.